Hi, welcome back to 12 Days of Mobility and Strength, day 11, which is one more to go after this. So my previous video, I went a little bit on the long side, so I'm going to try to keep this one short by just showing you one exercise, but doing it several different ways. So it's a get up and get down, not that kind of get down, but getting down from standing, but getting up from standing first, from a cross-legged position with and without weights. So use, if you don't have a couple of hand weights, you can use something that weighs 2 or 3 or 5 pounds, whatever you got sitting around. Listen to your body. Please don't do anything that causes pain. And that's all I have to say. So we'll start without weights, of course. Now the reason I'm doing this, not only to try to keep it more succinct than previous videos that went on a little bit longer, is because recent research within the past several years has suggested that being able to get up off the floor with just one hand is supposedly an indicator of pretty good health. So this obviously is a test of getting off the floor without using your hands. So perhaps an even greater indicator of health. I don't know. But since in some form or fashion we need to get ourselves up from bed, from a chair, from the floor every single day, we might as well work on it. So if we start off doing this and continue to do this throughout this session only from a cross-legged position, it'll be a way to not only try to find stability in the ankles and the knees, and also work the adductors, outsides of the hips, from a stretched position because they're kind of starting off a little over adducted, and we'll actually conclude even more so. Then we might as well work on that. So we'll try this several ways. First with legs crossed one way, legs crossed the other way. Arms can be out, arms can be up. Maybe they're in extension. Just little things you can try out. And again, just a reminder, this is not an all-encompassing workout. It's just a little movement vignette. So let's see if we can get up and get down 3 times with, actually, let's just keep it a little faster. So we'll do it, because we're going to be doing a lot of these, going up and down. So one, standing with the legs crossed one way, and then sitting down the same way, and then standing and sitting with the legs crossed the other way. Here we go. So I'm trying to avoid using momentum and doing this, but if you must, you must. Standing, right? And then slowly lowering, and then you cross your legs the other way. Right? And I would say if you can stand very slowly, that'll be a way for you to feel the muscles working pretty well too. Now, if you look at me and realize that this is a no way Jose kind of exercise, then you can certainly do this in a chair. Hello from back here, where you'd be halfway from the ground, presumably. And your hips and knees are starting off closer to 90 degrees already, which would make it easier to stand, of course, like that. Now, if you want to try this with weights, there are a few ways we could do this. So I have 5-pound weights, one in each hand, obviously. Although I say obviously, but we'll actually switch to having more of an asymmetrical opportunity here imminently. So if you hold the weights out in front of you, in a sense, it's easier to get up, but it becomes a little more fatiguing on the arms and the shoulders, depending on how long you keep your arms out here. So I'm trying to avoid using weights, or excuse me, I am using weights, using momentum as I stand. Up we go, and then you can keep the legs crossed the same way as you come back down. Then we cross them the other way. Up we go. Down we go. Now you could try to spread your arms out a little bit more, right? Perhaps having this farther distance of the weights from your center of gravity will have more of a core, a real perception of your core, a little bit more than the previous position. So up we go. And then you can squeeze your glutes and even try a little bit of a back bend there if you want to. Try to come down slowly, cross legs the other way. Whoops. Just got a little wobbly there for a second, which is why we're doing this. And then come on down. Now you can also do this in a position in which you have more weight going straight down through your center line of gravity. So I have the weights straight overhead, one in each hand. Same thing. A great ankle strengthener here. Coming down, and then I'll cross them the other way. Do the same thing. Yeah. Then, to really start to make your torso muscles work harder, subject them to some asymmetry. So you're welcome to either do a single weight in one hand or two weights in one hand. Since I tend to be more of a masochist and enjoy the physical atonement most of the time, then I'm going to use two weights. But if I start to detect that my form is suffering and the weights are pulling me over, I have no qualms about putting one of them down, nor should you. Got both weights in the right hand. Whoops, oh, up we go, wow. See how much I wobbled and went off axis there? That's how the body quickly tries to adapt. I've crossed the legs the other way, standing, coming back down. Then you switch them to the left hand, of course. Arms go out, up you come, down you go, cross legs the other way, stand, descend. Then, really fun part here, both or one weights in the right hand. I'm not mirror imaging you, as you may have noticed by now. Try to come up kind of slowly here. Ooh, I can feel my core musculature working very hard here. Coming down, cross legs the other way. Stand and have a seat. Then we got both or one in the left, or none, frankly. You can be skipping this all together if you want. That's the next option. Standing. Just trying to squeeze the butt at the top. Descending. Oh, legs cross the other way. I was thinking, like, what do I do next? I was daydreaming there. And then stand again. And descend. And then last thing we could try, well, maybe the penultimate thing, because I did mention shoulder extension. I haven't tried that off camera, frankly, so we'll be trying it out together. Bloopers and all. So now I can hold the weights overhead, and I have my palms facing each other. I could get even more stability in the shoulder if I go for more of a supinated grip, which would, or forearm, which would presumably translate into more external rotation. But whatever feels good here. And up we go. Whoops, feeling that load just on the one side. And then coming down. Then you cross your legs the other way. Going up. Going down. Oof. You can see this was starting to get a little heavy for me as I was wobbling too, because this is obviously a balance exercise. So good thing I wasn't doing too much more than that, because my form was starting to suffer. So find your stability. Find your abdominal muscles contracting, but still having some ability to puff out and in as you're taking your breaths. Going up there and going down there. And then legs cross the other way. Up we go. Down we go. So you might have noticed, at least in my body, that I was wobbling more when I had the right side loaded, which could be traced all the way back to a hamstring injury I had, believe it or not, in January 2007. So 17 years ago this month. So old injuries can leave lasting impressions. So there's always something to work on. And then we could try this. I admit on camera here right away, I have not tried this previously, so we'll see how this goes. I could try to go for shoulder extension as a means of getting up. I think the challenge will be to not, fall flat on my face while I do this. So give it a shot. Of course, you have to do a lot more of a lean forward in order to get there, but you can see it is doable. And then legs crossed the other way. It's a little challenging to see. Just for the last one, I'll just turn this way so you can see, have it behind me, and then, whoa. I was a lot wobblier there. And then, that's all. So that's all for this session. Thank you very much for watching, for trying it out. Perhaps if you tried it out and watched, or just watched. Either way, I appreciate your viewership. Like the video on the YouTube app and youtube.com. Subscribe to my channel if you are so inclined. And leave a comment, if you could, in the comments section. All these things help the algorithm in this age in which I think something like 100 hours of video is posted to YouTube every minute, something like that. You can find other ways to get in touch with me in the description box. And I'll see you for the final session of this 12 video series coming up soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.